Hello everyone, Rachel Tessman here from StampYourArtOut.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Andover, Minnesota in the US, and I'm here to bring you a live paper crafting class 10 minutes late. I'm so sorry, you guys. Here's the deal. On my iPad for my equipment that I use, the start and stop button for the video is right next to the microphone button, and I've done this before. I thought I was hitting the microphone button so that I would unmute myself, and yeah, I hit stop. My fault. Anyways, good morning to you all. It is Wednesday, March 4th, 2026 as I'm coming to you live. I appreciate you all sticking with me and coming to the new link and joining me on this live. We're going to do some double step or double easel fold cards, also called front step cards. So I looked up both of them, and sure enough, you have the same kind of card with these two different names. So we can go with either one. I was inspired by Lisa Marshall, who created some cards for us for a team event. And so I'll show those cards later on. And then I went with it and I made like 3 other versions of the card. Did I do 3? Yeah, I did 3 other versions of the card. And then I have another card to share with you that I didn't post on my blog, but it was like on the last day of the Stampin' Positioner offer that we had last month. And actually went through through Monday of this week. But anyways, I finished off that card with the wreath. And so I thought I would show that to you today too. So I have lots of inspiration for you. No biggie. Thank you, Kathy. Oh, you guys are sweet to come back. I know that there were probably some viewers that were like, oh, I'm leaving. I'm glad that wasn't you. Thank you for sticking around. So, and I'm also going to be featuring some new products. I'm going to be featuring lots of products. In fact, the description of my video, which I was able to transfer over in those 5 minutes that we had to spend, those don't include everything. My blog post, which will go live later today, does include all of the products listed for all the extra cards, including Lisa's cards. The main products, I should say. I mean, I didn't write down every single thing, but I wrote down things that you'd want to know. So we're going to start out by featuring a bundle that is new. It just debuted on March 3rd. So that would have been yesterday. It is called, oh, and I got my stamp stuck to it. Look at that. It's called Filled with Sweetness Bundle. And so, oh gosh, I hope I didn't lose my, my blueberry. We're just going to have one thing after another today, I think. Anyways, I don't know where my blueberry stamp is. Thankfully, I've already stamped an extra, and my hair is sticking to my lip gloss again. We have, this bundle, by the way, is amazing in person. I'm going to show it to you right now on the desktop because you're going to go like, oh, wow, that is huge. Yes, it is a really large jar. I mean, if you compare this to, let's just pull out a card from the Paper Pumpkin Kit. If you just compare this to a regular size card, look how big that jar is. So you have a jar, you have like the top of the jar, you have caps for the jar. It is a huge, huge bundle, a huge die, I should say, in this bundle. And then here's the stamp that coordinates with it. So you can make some really fun stuff with this. I am going to be featuring Paper Pumpkin products in this too, because I had promised in my last video that I would have some Paper Pumpkin ideas, okay? All right, so Denise is assuring me, don't panic, just keep rolling, right? We're going to keep rolling. We are also going to show, I'm trying not to panic. We're also going to show off some of the papers, and I don't have a lot of this left because I actually used this paper for some make and take supplies that I sent out to my team. We're going to have a team event towards the end of this month, and I wanted to make sure that I had enough fun product for everybody. So I used up pretty much most of this paper. But here you can see double sides of that one. This one here, those are the 2 that we're going to be using. I'll just pull those over here because that's the same paper. We have spoons, and we have little daisies, hearts, checkerboard. On the back side of all of these big containers, we had just kind of a strawberry slush background, but all of these fun little jars of jams and jellies and honey. On the back side of this one, you can see fruits. So I think I shared them all with you. All right, we'll put that back here. And we need our ink. Okay, I think we're ready to roll. So this card, it's a popular fun fold card for greeting that can be propped up on display. Let's see here. What else did I want to say about it? Oh, it has a lot of real estate. We'll just say it that way. Like there's a lot of surface area so that you can really display some fun imagery and lots of papers. We're going to start by folding a card base. So I'm going to take and zoom out a little bit here. This is my 8.5 by 11. I'm using basic white, not basic white thick. And that is because I want to have lots of layers on this card. And it's pretty sturdy without the basic white thick. So we're going to cut this in half at 4.25 by 11. And right now, I think I'm going to stop for just a minute and bring you over to the computer screen so that you can see that I will have a PDF for this project available. And it has a picture of the finished card. It has measurements for this card, the supplies, which are all clickable. You can click on those links and it will take you to purchasing those products. Behind my head, you will see like there's a title and a date. So you can always like keep these things organized in your folder if you have them that way, or you can keep them on your desktop. So let's go back over to the desktop and let's keep going. I'm still not getting anything. Is it in? What are you asking about, Kelly? And Janie, I'm not, is it Janie or Janie? I am not coming to Germany for the on stage. I'm going to Long Beach. Is that what you were asking? Or are you asking someone else something? All right, I'm going to cut this in half and then I'm going to score at 5.5. So we do need a regular base for our card. Do I use thick for most of my cards? I'm not using thick for this one, Susan. This is not thick. In fact, I tend to go towards the regular cardstock of white more because I like layers. But, and I find that when I use thick basic white, I'm limited on my layers. I do a lot of fun folds. But if you're doing technique cards, thick is the one to go with. It really depends on how many layers you're going to put on your card and what you're using it for. Okay. All right. So, oh yeah, restart your live. There you go. Thanks for the advice there, Tina. Next, I'm going to cut another portion that belongs connected to the base. And this piece, I've already grabbed a portion of a piece of cardstock. This is going to be 4 inches wide because it's going to be slightly narrower. It's going to be 4. And I'm going to bring the arm of my trimmer out by 10.25. So we're cutting off 3/4 of an inch on this side here. We won't need that. And then we're going to score at 5.25. And that leaves us with 5 inches left here. Because remember, this was 10.25. And this first score line is at 5.25. So if we have 5 inches left, we want this to be in 2 sections. We need another score line right in the middle. So we would add on another 2.5 inches. And you can just do that by going 1, 2.5. So that brings you to the 7.75 inch mark. And now you have this step portion here. Again, a big shout out to Lisa Marshall for making all those fun samples for our last team event, which inspired me to just keep going with this. So there we go. Now we have the step portion of the card, or the extra easel. I like the step name better because I find like easels are supposed to be more like, you know, where they hitch onto something, but you know, either name works. I just wanted to make it searchable. So, but my favorite is, yeah, the front step. Okay, next we need some papers. So we're gonna take designer paper, and I like my loud paper to be in the back. So I'm gonna take this paper, which has a louder, fuller, you know, it's a design that says, hey, look at me. And I'm going to trim off just a little portion up here because I want these full jars to be higher up to the top, but I still don't want it to be, you know, like right there. It will look weird. So I wanted to have some of the jar. And then we're going to cut that at 5 inches. So now we have tops of jars down here at the bottom, bottoms of jars up at the top. And then we have to make this just a little bit narrower. We're going to cut that at 3 3/4 of an inch. So there's our piece that's going to fit right into this spot here. In fact, you might as well tape it in there now. So we will take our seal adhesive, or you could take liquid glue, the multi-purpose liquid glue, and you can, use whatever adhesive is your favorite for this portion, because it doesn't have to be super strong. It just needs to sit there. The next piece that we want is from this pattern, and I'm going to cut a piece that is 2 1/4 inches tall, because this here is 2 1/2. So we want 2 1/4, and then we want 3 3/4. So this is the same width as this piece, but it's going to go into this section here, and we're going to go ahead and add that too. So I'll just take my multi-purpose liquid glue, which I have in my cute little bunny holder, you guys. If you have not looked at the Country Hive products, you got to check their stuff out. All right, so we'll just go ahead and put some liquid glue on the back side here. It stores your glue upside down when you put them in their holders, and then it's nice and fresh and ready to use. Glue also, monetarily, like you get further with it. You can make lots of cards with glue versus the seal. It's just a little bit messier, but the advantage is once it is down, you can kind of shift it a little bit. See how I can kind of move it? Get it right into the place I want. I like to put my glue in a precision tip bottle. That helps me out, and I've got that also in a container by the Country Hive. I'm just going to set those there in case I come to those again. We're going to add some beautiful accessorizing to this. So I'm going to use, what color is the blue cardstock? Did I forget to mention that? That's called Night of Navy. Sorry about that. I've got some extra ribbon here. Some of it was donated by my friend Marcia Mendenhall, because she sent me a bunch of stuff to play with because I told her I didn't have that sweet. That was so sweet of her, wasn't it? So I'm going to go ahead and use up some of this ribbon. And I think I want actually 18 inches of it. I'm going to take the trimmer away, and we'll use either the grid paper here. Actually, I think I'm going to bring out my ruler, and we're going to measure out 12 plus 6 more. Okay, that's a little over 18 inches, but I think you'd need about 18 inches around there in order to get this bow. Now, if you don't like bows, you can do a knot, but I'm going to have my bow off to the side here. So I want my 2 ends to kind of be in this area here, about the same length. I'm going to cross my right over my left, bring my left down by just folding it in half. Okay, I'm just folding it in half, and I'm going to fold this one in half in the other direction and cinch. And now I have a little spot where I can place my ring finger. I'm going to loop the bottom one. I'm going to bring the top one around and bring this end through that hole right in here. And then I'll tighten. And as I tighten, I can bring my finger out of there. And I have my nice floofy bow. And then what you can do is you can take and hold on to a loop, and you can adjust a strand so that you can cinch it a little bit better, however you want it to lay. I'm going to go ahead and bring this down now by curving my cardstock and bringing it downward. And then I'm going to take my seal adhesive, and I know I'm going to have a label in the front here, so I'm just going to put a little seal where that, can you kind of see that there? Where that ribbon is going to sit, and I'm going to cinch it back up, and I'm going to stick it down. And that way it'll hold nice in that spot. Now we want to bring out some dies. So let's bring that bundle in again. We need this die, and we need the blueberry die, and I think that's all I used. Yes, that's all I used for that. Look at that spoon, you guys. Oh, it's not a full spoon, but you put it in the jar, and it looks like a spoon is, oh, it's so cute. I love that. Okay, then, where's the stamp set? Here it is. Okay, then for the stamps, we're going to be using this sentiment, and my blueberry, which I've lost. But again, I have it stamped somewhere. Unless I put it back. No, it's gone. I have to search for it later. All right, So let's mount those stamps. And I think my blocks are back here. I'll get a couple of blocks out. We'll get our already stamped blueberries. And we're gonna move things off to the side because we're gonna die cut. And I'm gonna die cut my frame before I stamp in it because these are clear stamps and it'll work just fine. So I've got my blocks. I'm gonna mount my stamps. Oops, shouldn't have put it on the glass or the plastic there. Let it relax, pick it up, let it relax, pick it up. Okay, those stamps are ready for my black ink in just a minute. These are already stamped down. Thank goodness, because I lost my stamp. Oh my gosh, Rachel, get over it. Next, we need our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Yes, I do talk to myself. Someone reached out to me, she goes, why do you talk to yourself? Well, first of all, it makes me laugh when I make a mistake and I say things like that to, you know, either encourage myself or be silly. Anyways, it's a coping mechanism, but it's also for humor. I hope you enjoy. We need some scrap of white. I think I'll just use this piece here. And we will die cut our frame. And where is my, here it is. And we'll just go ahead and sandwich that. So we have the base plate, the die adapter plate number 2, and then we have the paper and the die between 2 of the clear plates. And that gives us this amazing look. I mean, if you don't own a Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine yet, you need one because you can cut, you can make details, you can emboss pretty papers. It's just a fun tool. We have the large one, which we call the Big Boss. I call the Big Boss. And then we have our small one, which is the Mini Boss. So the Big Boss, the Mini Boss. Now we need our blueberries. And for this, I'm just gonna use a little sticky note to help hold the die in the place that I want it to be. So that goes there. We get this sandwiched. I was testing out colors. I decided that Misty Moonlight, which is the color, the blue color that's in this paper, is really the best for the blueberries overall. And I just had blueberries this morning, and sure enough, they are a very Misty Moonlight color. So there we have that. And now we can take and move our machine out of the way because we won't need that anymore. And our sticky note. We'll put our dies away. Okay. Next, we are going to take and clean up because there's too much on the table. I'm just tidying. Hang on a minute. Got to get this stuff out of the way or I can't find my stuff. Okay. Let's bring this back in and our card base. Now, when you look at your folded card base, you have a front and a back, right? Either one could be front or back. But what I like to do is check the bottom where the papers are opened, right? This is where you open your card. And if you can see both the front and the back on one side, that's going to be the back. Now on this one, it's pretty darn perfect. So we're just going to leave it as is. We're going to stamp inside of it before we put our card together. And I'm going to purposely make a mistake so I can show you what you can do. So I'm going to ink this up and I'm going to stamp on the inside and oh my gosh, I stamped it crooked. So what I'm going to do is fold it in a new direction. And we will try that again. This is now the front because it's going to get covered up. We're going to open it up and we're going to try that again. This time Rachel's going to take her time. There we go. Good. Love it. Oh, and I was going to stamp blueberries in there. Maybe it's up here. No, they're gone. Oh, dear. Oh, I found them. They were on the back of the rhinestones. You know, if all else fails, look on the back of anything that it could cling to. There they are. We need our blueberries. We're going to stamp our blueberries on the inside of the card too, because I think that's, you can never have enough blueberries. Blueberries are so awesome. and they're good for you. Antioxidants, vitamins, all that good stuff. Okay, so this becomes the inside. This becomes the front of the card. See, we're covering it up. We're covering up our mistakes. So I'm going to put some adhesive on the back side. Again, glue or seal or whatever floats your boat. Make sure it's put on the correct way. And we will center that so that we have 1/8 of an inch of white showing all the way around. Like that. We're going to stamp on our label, and that one's going to have the one that says, not that one because we already done that inside. We want the one that says, "You're the sweetest." So you're the sweetest, love you very much. Isn't that cute? Art, art, art. Okay, inking it up. These, by the way, these Memento ink pads, they are felt pads. We are coming out with some new colors. I hope to have them in my hands after on stage. Hopefully. At least I hope to have the cardstock. Anyways, hopefully we'll have new colors to show you. I'm planning on it. And the new ink pads are going to be with felt. We're going back to felt. We have found with Purple Posy, Cloud Cover, inks that had trouble with the firm foam pads, that the chemical reaction was just, it was like, let's go back to felt, right? So we didn't have issues with colors when we had the felt pads, and now we're going back, and I'm excited about that. Here we go. We're going to stamp this down. I've got it centered in my grid paper so that it looks nice and straight. And we'll just peel that away. Okay. This is going to get added to the front of the card with dimensionals. Now, if I want my label to kind of peek up over the top of the card a bit, I can do a couple things. I can take that Post-it note again, or a new one because my other one's gone. I can kind of like go like this and lift this away so I know where my dimensionals are going to go. Another trick is to just put dimensionals along the bottom and then a couple here at the top. So if I did that, it would go like this. Here they are. So along the bottom, 1, 2, and this is giving it lots of dimensionals, but the advantage of this is you know that you're covering over the top of both the paper and the ribbon if you do it this way. So now we're going to come in and we're going to make sure that we have a couple that are right over the top of the paper and the ribbon to help hold it in place. So one there and one there. And then we check to see if they're clashing with each other, and they're not. So we can take the backings off. And you can do the take your pick tool, a scissors, if you don't have thin fingernails like I do. Felt pads get stored upside down. Good question, Tracy. We used to because we had pads like this. So because the ink was on this side, we had to store the pad upside down, right? To keep the ink fresh at the top of the pad. Our new pads, though, are set up so that you can still store them upright. Okay, I can't wait to show them to you. I hope we get to have at least one ink pad to take home from this onstage convention. I'm going next week, leaving on Tuesday and getting back on Sunday. And then if you look at my calendar of lives, and I just did that, that is not centered. If you look at my calendar of lives, there's a link in the description of my video. You can see that I've planned for lives right when I get back. One of them is going to be a box opening live where I share new products that I'm able to pre-order and rush to my house. I hope. I mean, this is what they get to let us do every year, right? So hopefully it's the same thing. These would be products that would be debuting May. And then the other video, the next day, is the color comparison video. So you'll want to tune in next week for lots of it. Now, if you look closely at blueberries, they are blue all over. And they're not just like a bright blue. They are a blue that's kind of this dusty, dark blue. In fact, it's darker than this, but this is the highlight color. We're using our light Misty Moonlight to color all over. We're getting this whole piece colored in with that beautiful blue. Even this part on top. You'd think that would be green if you look at it, but it's not. It's like just another portion of the berry that's coming out the top. And then because we have these dark lines here and here, that tells us, plus the fact that it looks like this is up and this is down, that we want to add our shadowing down here. So I'm just going to color in, and I'm going to even come up to where they connect here, where this one overlaps, and create kind of a shadow in there, and just darken it. I'm just darkening the whole area here. And it looks silly right now, doesn't it? But thankfully, we go back to the light blends, and we do a swirling motion to help connect the colors together right where they meet. So you can see we're coming in now, and we're making that a nice blended dark to light blueberry. Okay, almost done with that. And then we'll take and add this with dimensionals. Now, when we add this with dimensionals, I want it to kind of overlap my sentiment piece here, but I don't want the dimensionals to be on top of it. So I'm going to slide it under here like that. When I do that, of course, I have to take off the backing on both sides. So we're just going to slide one there, take off the backing, and then we'll stick another one, and you kind of have to just hold it over so you know where you're going. We'll put another one right here and take off the backing. And now we know, oops, come on. Now we know that we have a spot for it to go. We're going to stick it right there, and that balances out the bow, kind of gives it a nice triangle kind of look here. Boom, 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 right? And then we want some rhinestones, because rhinestones are so fabulous. They're my favorite embellishment ever. If you gave me a vat of rhinestones, I would use them all. We're going to put a large one, or a largish one. It doesn't have to be the largest, but we're going to put a large one over here just to give this more weight on this side here. And then we're going to put a small one, itty bitty, right here. My rhinestone, oh, you know what? That's because this wasn't dry yet. Let it dry. Let it dry, Rachel. I put it on too soon. And then we're going to put a little bit of sparkle up here. Okay, that draws our eye into that same triangle look here. I'm going to set that off to the side. I'm going to show you a couple other things while this is drying, because this is saturated and pretty wet and it was not sticking. This is another product that I believe is in the suite. Let me just click on the link on my computer to make sure. Yes, this is part of the suite, and I haven't even opened it up yet. It's called Strawberries and Dots, and it has cute little pink and blue, kind of like foamy little circles, and then these tiny little strawberries. They're so cute. Also, part of that suite is this ribbon. And this ribbon I was tempted to use, although when you look at this, it's kind of the same design as the paper, and it didn't seem to stand out as much. So I opted for another Misty Moonlight blue ribbon instead, but look at that fun little checkerboard gingham look on there. One other product is the, and I want to make sure I'm telling you right, yes, the Ladybug Picnic 3D embossing folder. It's got the flowers in there that you see on a lot of the imagery that's in here. It's got ladybugs. And what's great about this is it also coordinates with, I'm trying to remember, oh, this here. This is another bundle. Oh, and I'm too close up, Rachel. This is another bundle that you can get that works really well with the suite. So the homemade sweetness sweet collection, and then the made with sweetness bundle, which has nice chunky large fruit, recipe cards, and some fun sentiments that actually work well with scrapbooking. Cute together, so very cute. Lovely day in the garden, lovely day for a picnic, sweet as can be. Great titles for pages. I think I have shown you all those products. Okay, good. Now, let's add the blueberries and let's finish this card here. Stick that on there. Always let your blends dry. Now, the great thing about this is that you can prop it up on display. We love those cards that we can put on display on shelves, on mantles, on countertops, whatever. So you're the sweetest. I mean, who wouldn't like a little piece of artwork saying that, right? So that's that finished card. And then I have for you some other samples. I'm going to stop after the second sample though and show you a different card. So this one here is using the last paper pumpkin kit, which is called Celebrate Spring, and I'm looking for the flyer for that so I can show you the top of it. Okay, so this is the Celebrate Spring paper pumpkin kit that was delivered to subscribers mid to late February. And I've already done a bunch of fun alternate samples with it, and this is another one. So I took the supplies from that kit and added just a little bit of cardstock, some dies, and some other words, and made it into a springtime type of card, sending lots of sunshine to you. Let me show you where I got that stuff. I'll make sure I have it over here. Could I have left it over there? I might have left it over here. Oh, it's right here. I'm back. Excuse me. Springtime Scenes is this bundle, and this is a new bundle. It just came out on March 3rd as well. So there's the Sending Lots of Sunshine sentiment. Here's the U. Okay, there's where I got the U. And then I picked 2 from Together to make the 2U. And I used masking techniques to get that isolated so that I could stamp the U separately and the 2 separately. The little flower comes from here. So there's a combo of 2 flowers. The color that I die cut that in is the peach color. Peach pie is a color that's leaving us, you guys. So thank you, Maureen. This card has a couple colors on it, actually, a few that are leaving. So I'm going to point them out. Oh, there we go. There's a little post-it note. We have Shy Shamrock. We have Pretty in Pink. And we have the peach pie color. Those are all leaving. This is not Pretty in Pink cardstock. This is Strawberry Slush. I wanted something a little bit deeper to provide more contrast on the card. But it's using all the same measurements for the base pieces. And then I added a layer on the inside using the leftover portion of this card. So if you look at the green card base that comes in this kit, these flowers have a direction to them. Here's where the stems go down, okay? So I cut off the left and the right and a little bit of the top from this half of the card. First cut it in half, sliced off a little bit here, here, and here, so that it gave me this layer right here. Okay, can you see that? So it's positioned this way with these pieces cut off. Now when these pieces are cut off, they have just a little bit of flowering on the sides. I stuck one of them down here to fill in the rest of the space because it's not going to take up that whole area, right? As you can see, even if I didn't cut off a portion of the top, it still would not have reached the bottom here. So I used this leftover section here to fill in the bottom here. Then that gives that a nice frame for this layer on this portion of the front step part of the card. So this piece is supposed to go within there, and I'm just going to grab, for those of you that are Paper Pumpkin subscribers, this is hopefully helping you out. But here's this little piece, right? It goes like this normally to fill in the card. I tilted it because I knew it needed to attach to the front step portion of the card. So I tilted it a little bit so I could attach it down here. This green base here is from this half of the card. This is a 2 1/4 by 3 3/4 inch piece, just like we had on this card. Okay, so that's that same size as that designer paper. And it's just plain green, as you can see, plain green. And I fancied it up by adding, and I'm going to pull those in here, these little branch pieces, stuck those on there. I also wanted a couple more over here, but all of the branch pieces in the kit face that direction. They all kind of curve to the left when they're stood up like that. So I said, okay, that's fine. I can do that on this side, but I only want one of them on this side. And the other one I pulled from here. You can see if you cut this out, it curves to the right. So that one I stuck over there, and that's this little tiny one here, okay? So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 branches. And then I had this piece, and that is left over. After I trimmed this out, I had this piece left over. Now, why do I have this frame part cut apart? Because on my first set of alternates, I used the top half of this for a fun little basket notepad holder. You can watch that on my last live. But I had these bottom parts of the wreath that were still left over. So I used that and all of that on this card. These little flowers, again, die cut from the peach pie paper, just stuck in there because they have that same look. Here's one right there, a peach pie flower. Do you see that tiny little one? So there's tiny little peach pie flowers that look like that, only smaller, and they're in that frame. So I might as well just, you know, enhance it. These leaves down here, that is from the die set. So I used these flowers and this leaf to die cut for accenting the card. And I, of course, used those stamps that I pointed out. So what's this paper from? This is actually from a leftover envelope in the kit because that white is the closest to the kit white on the card pieces too. So that is how I did that card. Embellishments from the kit. Next one. This next card. Oh, I'm taking a break for just a minute because I want to show you. Talking about these colors leaving, right? They're not gone yet, but I saw that they were on low inventory. Shy Shamrock, Peach Pie, Pretty in Pink, Peach Pie, Petunia Pop, Summer Splash. The bundle is on low inventory, and then about 3 colors are on low inventory. So, and I think the variety pack of cardstock was on low inventory as of this morning. So you'll want to be checking those out. I'm going to zoom in so you can see those color names again. And then here is the wreath. Do you remember when I was making this wreath? Well, I figured out, and I'm going to show you with the positioning stuff here. Hang on. Let me pull this away and get a new paper in place. Okay, I found out on the last video, remember when I demonstrated this, that my, I was positioning my square. In fact, do I still have that one that has the lines on it? No. Okay. So I was positioning my square paper. Let's just say this was my square paper. Okay. I had it in here to do the wreath portion, but then I would bring my paper this way to get the other thing, and I only brought it up to this line. You want to shove it all the way up to where those little prongs are. That's what I did originally, and I forgot to share that with you. And that's how I adjusted to get these guys up a little higher on my sample. Okay, you can go back and watch that video too. Petunia Pop, one of the colors leaving. It's in this beautiful ribbon. In fact, this ribbon's on sale in the US right now. And then, let's see, Petunia Pop cardstock. These pieces here, that's with an embellishment that, I'm trying to remember the name of that embellishment. Let's see if I can go back to my description here. It is the Sparkle Dot Essentials, these little guys here. And this color is Granny Apple Green, just so you know, Granny Apple Green cardstock, Petunia Pop ink. And this beautiful embossing folder is one of my favorites. It is part of the hybrid suite that goes with Paradise Garden. I don't have the embossing folder with me, but Paradise Garden embossing folder for that. Okay, so just wanted to point that out, that I finally finished this card. And then we'll go to 4 more cards. Let me explain each one. I have to make my video 10 minutes shorter. So sorry, you guys, that I was late today. All right. So this card, this version of the front step double easel fold card is using the perennial lavender paper that is so pretty. It's in the annual catalog, so it's still around. You'll want to grab it up though. I don't know when they're going to make that go away. So pretty, right? The colors of cardstock are, what are they? Highland Heather, Highland Heather, Pretty Peacock, this die cut image and the flowers within, and this little frame piece all come from the Fragrant Layers. Don't you love my messy writing? Fragrant Layers dies and stamp set. So it's a bundle. This is Gorgeous Grape ink. Gorgeous Grape ink. And then the gold striped ribbon and the metallic adhesive, what are they called? Adhesive back metallic gems in gold. So that's this version of the card. In fact, when you see my blog post, when it goes live later today, I will have some step-by-step photos for this card, because this is the one I thought I was going to demonstrate. And then I never got to it before the new product's released. I'm like, no, I got to make another version. So that's a good question, Jacqueline. We don't know. And Stampin' Up! Hasn't forecasted either. They haven't told us when the positioner is going to release to all. But as you know, it was a freebie in last month's starter kit offer. And then a couple weeks prior to that, demonstrators that were active were able to order it as well. So we just wait, but we know it's coming, okay? Here is another version. Now this one I did not make, but I cased it. This is one of the 3 cards that Lisa Marshall made. And you can see she has that beautiful paper in the back there. Her supply list is Lovely Blossoms designer paper. That's these 2 layers here. Again, the Fragrant Layers bundle. White and gold ribbon. This is the white and gold, you guys. It's really pretty how it's white ribbon with gold, kind of like tinsel woven within. The Moody Palette glossy dots, that's where the white dots come in. And the colors are Petal Pink, Secret Sea, and then she's got some basic white in there. Okay, the next card, because I don't know how many we're on. This one, of course, is past Valentine's Day, but you can still get inspired by the look of her card and maybe purchase these products to use in the future. This one is using the Made with Love designer paper. Okay, Made with Love. And then the Endless Love bundle for the dies and the stamps. Real red ink and cardstock, and Strawberry Slush for this pink color in here. Plus, of course, we have the gold foil. Then the last card is this one, and it's using some product that's already gone. This is why you want to get stuff before it leaves. The Celebratory Sips paper has left us, you guys. It is gone, but all the other products are still around. We have the branching out dies and the, let's see, what else dies? Oh, Pretty Floral dies are using these in the Garden Green and Old Olive cardstock. This ribbon is the Bubble Bath Faux Linen ribbon. We have the In Color Flat Pearls in 2025-27 colors. Blackberry Bliss ink and cardstock. Let's see, what else am I missing? Oh, and the stamp image is from With You in Mind. So lots of inspiration today. I'm going to zoom out so you can see all the cards. These are Lisa's. This one inspired me to make this one. And then, of course, I made a couple other versions because I wanted to show you more paper pumpkin ideas and then show off some really fun new product from the Homemade Sweetness Suite. Plus, of course, I showed you this goodie. And we talked about outgoing colors. So I shared a lot today. There's so much going on. If you're interested in purchasing products through me, you can click on links in the description of the video or in the connected blog post when that goes live, and it will take you to shopping through me. If you order $50 or more worth of product in any month, you earn that month's All-Star Video bundle for free. And you also earn a loyalty point for every $50 that you spend through me. If you're a demonstrator, order from yourself. If you have a demonstrator, order from them. Share your passion for stamping with them. The March 2026 product of the month is out. It's out. So I'm going to take you to the computer and we're going to take a peek at that. I'm just going to open up an incognito window here and we're going to take a peek at the new product of the month. So we're visiting StampinUp.com. You can get to StampinUp.com through my website at stampyourartout.com. And here we go. So there's the product of the month. Look at that. It's a little banner that comes right across. But if you want to, you can click on the drop-down menu under specials and you can find product of the month that way too. If we visit there, you can see any product of the month that is still available. If you have not gotten one of these, you can still choose them within your order. If you have gotten them, you can't get more. okay? One per Stampin' Up account. So all of these are still available, January, February, and March. The December one is sold out, it looks like. So, and look at this. This is a question that someone asked me and I have the answer now. It's available in English and French, and I didn't know that. So both of these were. Oh, this one's not available in English anymore. It's only available in French, just so you know. Okay, so if you're interested, you can get it in French. I'm excited about that. And then in other markets too, I'm sure it's available in your language. Okay, what else do I want to tell you? New kits. New kits have also debuted. So I'm going to go under what's new, new arrivals. And I'm just going here because it includes the new kits from the kits collection. It also includes all the new online exclusives, the things that demonstrators have been sneak peeking for you in the last month. Those are all available to you now. So like, here's the Help Me Grow stamp set bundle, that kind of thing. The papers, gosh, garden poetry, service essentials bundle. There's so many things. Here's that Filled with Sweetness stamp set. So all of them are in here, ready for you to purchase if you're interested. And why would you become a demonstrator now? Your starter kit offer is over, Rachel. Well, because it's always a good time to start. It's never a good time to put it off if you want the discount, if you want to be in on the demonstrator side of things, if you want to save money and get pre-order products, join demonstrator events. It's always a good time. So just know that you can always join, and it's always the best deal. Up to $125 worth of product in the US for only $99. Shipping is free. Craft Along. I have a Craft Along event coming up, and I've disappeared. Here I am. We have a Craft Along event coming up, and that event is something that you'll want to consider joining. It is filling up fast, by the way. I'm trying to find a little picture for it so I can show you. That event, let's see if I can find here. We'll go to my website. How does that sound, Rachel? Sounds great. Thanks. Okay, the Craft Along, I'm teaming up with a few other demonstrators, and we are putting on this fun event where you get to join for free for the videos. Like, there's no charge for the videos. They are going to be broadcasted like I do each and every day. But, and here, I think I'm going to it now. Craft Along. There we go. Okay, we're heading over there. So on my blog post, in my newsletters, you'll find information for it. I'm teaming up with these talented demonstrators, and we are bringing to you 12 projects using new products that you just saw on the website. And here are sneak peeks of all 12 of those projects. If you want to participate even more than just watching our videos, you can purchase the PDF. It has all the written measurements, it has the directions, it has the list of supplies, all of that goodness. And then if you want to participate even more, we will send you the supplies for making them. There's options 1 and options 2. That's what's filling up. The PDFs, there's going to be endless number of that. But if you want a product kit and you're purchasing it through me, just know that we're well over half sold already, and this sign up is still lasting a couple other weeks, I'm sure. I mean, it'll when I fill, it'll sell out, okay? Does that make sense? All right. Jacqueline, I believe I answered your question already. How long is the event each day? That's a great question, Kathy. The event actually lasts as long as the video that you're watching. All 6 of us are going to feature my cards on, let's say, Tuesday. And then maybe Melissa's cards are Monday. Maybe Rhonda's cards are Wednesday. So you can actually hop around to all 6 of our channels and watch how we each create those same cards. So you can make it as long as you want, but the videos themselves, like mine, I'm going to grab a Kleenex here. Mine are going to hopefully be about an hour long, and then you'll, the same kind of time zone as we're having in these kinds of lives. I try to stick to an hour at the most, okay? Sorry. I don't have a cold. I just have an old nose that runs when it wants to. Any other questions? Oh, and you can rewatch. They are on there forever, just like my videos that I'm doing now. So, okay. Show us the new ink pads. I don't have them yet, Diana. I have a picture, though. I have a picture. Let's go back to this post. In fact, there they are, right there. Okay? Those are images of the new ink pads. They are going to be magnetic closure ink pads as well. They're slightly taller or longer, and then narrower or skinnier, if that makes sense. But not by much. They should still work in Stampin' Up's holders, I guess. So I would hope that they would work in most holders, which means I'm thinking they're about the same height. We haven't gotten tons of details on them yet, but those are the colors: Barely Blush, Crisp Cantaloupe, which is a returning color, Golden Glow, Peaceful Pine, and Hydrangea Hue. And I will do my color comparison video the Tuesday that I come back from on stage. Okay, thanks, Trisha. Any other questions that I've missed? Hopefully, I'm scrolling. Will the pads be different? They'll be different in that they'll be felt instead of firm foam. They'll be magnetic, probably a slightly different size within. The magneticness allows the cover to stay connected to it when you open it up, or even like stack the cover underneath it. It's kind of cool. Okay. What else for news? Trying to think. Oh, the calendar. I just want to bring you there, and then we will depart. So in the description of my video, there is a link. I'm going to copy and paste it and open up a new tab to show you. So if you click on where it says view my calendar of upcoming lives, I'm going to click and open up that, and this is what it looks like. It's a Google Calendar, and you can see that we are on the 4th because that's the blue highlighted area here. Next week I'll have a pre-recorded because I'm going to be away. And then when I come back, this is what I've got planned. Box opening, new color comparison, regular online class. This one I'm hoping to be Paper Pumpkin with the new kit. Members Live for my supporting members at the $5.99 level. Thank you very much. Another live here, and this is the Craft Along week. 6 days of crafting fun. I love doing these lives. I love coming to you and teaching these ideas, these tips, these techniques, these fun folds. I love teaching these things to you, and I hope that you enjoy. I love that you share with me during the lives and after the lives are done, because I learn from you as well. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Trisha, for moderating. And now I'd like you all to go and stamp your art out. Bye-bye.